Right. I am also recording.
All right.
Hell yeah.
All right. Boom. Quick podcast because we have to get back to holding the fucking axe because we have to go back and be Kratos.
Yeah.
More time on a microphone is less time being Kratos.
I feel like this podcast episode is just going to be God of War talk so far.
Probably.
And that's it. Nothing spoiler related, but like obvious. I mean, to be fair, we're also, I think, both around the same amount of time in. And there's not much spoiler stuff that's happened so far.
Man, there isn't, but at the same time, all right, we're just gonna gush. Like the set pieces and the direction and the acting. That's the statement.
I agree entirely. It was funny because obviously Thor is in the game, and like we've seen the what's it called? The screenshots and like the character profile thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't until I started playing when I was like, I feel like that's an actor that I recognized. And I think it is. I still haven't like pinpointed it. And then the same thing goes for some other characters that show up. And I'm like, these are recognizable people. And I recognize them. So
the person, I won't say it, who shows up with Thor, I'm like, who is this act? I heard this before.
I knew, don't know name or anything like that. Or shit, spoilers. Fuck. Bleep some stuff.
Wait, what was the spoiler in that?
I said the gender identity of this character.
Man, I don't think that's not a spoiler.
It's big enough spoiler of who would be, you know, with.
All right, well then I'll just cut that part. That's all of this.
Just bleep a shit ton. Just where you see fit, bleep. But yeah, man, so far it's been great. I don't know. Like I've only played 2 hours, but in those 2 hours, I'm just like, this is gonna own my life for the next like 2 weeks. But it's what we gotta do. We got to talk about other games and stuff too, and news and shit. Because there's a lot of decent news this week too. I believe there's a decent bit. We both have played games. We have stuff to talk about even more so.
I know.
It's crazy. It's a crazy time we're living in.
Let's just start the show, yo.
Yeah, let's just start it early.
You all know we've been up to. We all like what? Wait. I did the thing. I talked about it.
Oh yeah, how does it feel to be 2 balls short of a walk?
Okay.
I need to know now. Here's my before we get into anything about the actual like stuff. Did it hurt?
It hurt because they have to numb you, so they have to use.
So that's needle. That's like right in the. Like, what do? They take like a sippy cup and like put it on the tip, or like what's the deal here?
They took this needle to numb me, so they put.
I hate the amount of ferocity that you're holding
because I felt the ferocity. That's the most painful part.
Okay,
but after that, it's crazy because you need that pain in order to feel no pain while they do it.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
So
continue. Sorry, I just needed to know that.
They put it right on in there in your balls, pretty much, nutsack. So, and I get the little 1-2 punch they have because there's a nurse in there and a doctor, and the doctor, he was cool as shit, and he's making jokes and he's funny, and we're going back and forth, and then the nurse is like, "How's your day? How are you? So what's about?" And they're keeping you talking, but I get it. It's like it lowers your defenses.
Yeah,
because
100%.
if not, I already was in there like kind of tense on the thing.
Rightfully so.
And then they warn you, like, all right, man, you're going to feel it. I'm about to put the needle in. You're going to feel the needle. You're going to feel a pinch and like a little burning sensation. I guess that's the stuff filling up so it all numbs you. So they're talking to me still. I'm like, yeah, so. And then of course, I'm just like, because like, I'm like, it hits you like there's a needle in your ball. So.
I really wish we could do that as the podcast title.
It would be great.
There's a
But
needle in my balls. It's like
so
the Woody pull string. There's a snake in my boot. There's a needle in my ball.
It's I have to have a me pull string doll of myself.
Oh yeah, that's a great piece of merch that'll definitely sell.
Yeah, once we get to like a good little some money coming in, we're gonna invest and make that.
Jesus Christ.
But so to do that, I'm numbed out now. So now it's just, and it's like you're numb, but that's not an area you're used to being numb in. So I can't even tell that I'm numb down there. But anyway, we're all talking, and I see him using some kind of tool. I didn't see what it was. I didn't want to see what it was. You're kind of like out of sight, out of mind. Like I don't want to see what's going on below my waist because you're laying like this. So if I can't really see what they're doing,
are you up in like the stirrup Johns where your like legs are up in there?
No. Oh. I was like, it was like a reclined chair.
Really?
Yeah, it's like all right, like a dentist seat, kind of like it was similar to that.
How the fuck do they get in there?
Because they end up having the recline part go up. They lift your legs up, not like up in the air, but you're like kind of laying flat. But they have these like medical pads like around your area.
Oh, okay.
Think about it as a reverse toilet thing. The toilet covers you put on, but it's on the top of you, not below you.
Okay.
Because there's a hole in the middle of it, and they wrap it with a whole bunch of pads and gauze and things to, soak up.
Just in case anything goes wrong,
Yeah, which you don't want.
Anything falls out and they have to like field it, like ground ball.
Nice.
Baseball references, baby.
All day. And I'll tell you how funny they were. The lady had a vasectomy playlist. Like, want to hear some music? What do you like? And at first I was like, I'm trying to think of what I like. And then she's like, we have a vasectomy playlist. I'm like, you know what? I'm more interested in whatever that is. So all the songs are like Great Balls of Fire and like shit like that. Phenomenal. With all these innuendos. Good. It was funny as shit. So
I was
like,
gonna say,
dude looks like a lady. I'm like, yo, these songs are hilarious and insulting. So
dude, I can't even imagine the panic you had when they were like, what kind of music do you like? And you just had PTSD for being on the MRI machine.
Yo, I thought of that. I was like, last time I had to answer this question, I was
claustrophobic. It did not go well. Yeah.
Because a part of me was almost again like T-Pain, but I didn't do it. I was like, I don't know. Because in this moment, it's not the same kind of tension. Because in that moment, I was in way more pain and way more discomfort. So it was like, whatever. Anyway, back to what happened. So you throw the music on and she's talking, and I see the doctor working, and I see he's still talking at the same time. You could tell, like, this is just what he's good.
He just fucks around with balls.
He just fucks around balls for a living. Because even after he left me, the nurse was like, yeah, your next patient's in room, whatever. So he's just hopping around the room, cutting balls. So,
god damn.
Anyway, I see him down there. I hear it. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like some kind of like something that burned your skin apart or some kind of like cutting device.
Like a soldering iron?
Something. Because I saw whatever he was using at one point. I saw like the smoke coming up. And I'm just like, or maybe he was cauterizing me afterwards to stitch it up. I don't know.
Maybe it was like the tube itself. They like burn it closed. Maybe.
But whatever.
I don't actually know.
To cut me open, he cut me open. And then again, it's just conversation the whole time. And there was one moment, because the whole time you feel it, but it doesn't. None of it hurts. You just feel like a muscle is being pulled or something. So he at one point he went to do something, and I felt that shit. So I'm laying there, and I'm just like, yeah. So blah 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 blah. I'm like, oh. He was like, and he was like, did you feel that, man? I was like, yeah. He's like, all right, 1 second. He gets another needle. He's like, I'm gonna give you some more of this. let me put it into context. Like I felt it. It kind of stung, but it was just uncomfortable. It wasn't like a pain. It was just like,
it wasn't like a you need to sue for medical malpractice situation. Your penis is upside down now or some shit. Like it's not any of that.
So it wasn't like that, but it was like whoa. It's like, don't do that again though. That was not cool.
Please and thank you. I'd like that on the menu. Cool. Let's
So he
move
gives
on.
me another needle. Luckily, I can't feel this needle because I'm already numb from the first needle. It just upped whatever he put in the first time.
That's actually a good point. That's what they
So
should do. They should double dose you every time because the first dose hurt, but then right after that, you can just fucking
do whatever you
make
want.
that thing into silly putty. Like they'll just like do like. There's a part of my brain where it's like he like sews you up at the end, and then he just hands you like a fucking balloon animal dog. Like here, there's your vas deferens. Like.
So he like true, because now I'm really thinking about it. I could have looked up and he could have just been fucking punching me in the dick and I would have felt it.
It's like the fucking punching machine at the arcade, and he's just fucking trying to get the high score.
I just see him like lift his fist back up and it's just bloody knuckles. Like, whoa.
You remember that episode of Drake and Josh with the clackers?
No, I wasn't
The
a
ball
Drake
on the
Josh guy. That was after me.
It's like two balls on a string, and you go like that with it, and they bounce back and forth.
Yeah.
He's just like, "Hey, want to see something funny?" And then just like, just like all over the place.
I'm like, yo, don't show me shit. Just don't show. I don't want to see any of it. Anyway.
Oh man.
So get the second needle. He's like, man, I'm digging in here. You got some like muscle in here. I'm like, he's like, yo, did you play sports like when you were younger? I was like, no, I'm a nerd. I didn't play any sports. I mean, I played like outside. I wasn't in any kind of leagues or anything. I didn't play any sports. He's like, really? He's like, you got the again, this guy's hilarious. He's like, oh, you got the nuts of an athlete. I was like, what does that mean? But I'm cracking up.
So
but I'm
that's the podcast title.
The nuts of an athlete.
Nuts of an athlete.
See, damn, I was gonna call it Pot of War.
Pot of War : nuts of an athlete, because it's like Ragnarok. You need the sequel little action.
True. That means
that's good.
Another episode called Pot of War. Anyway. So he said that, and I was like, I don't know. I was like, I lift weights. He was like, no, I don't think that would be it. I was like, I don't know where my muscly nuts came from then, sir. Sorry. But
I don't know if that's even a thing that you can have.
I don't think that's a thing either. It was something about the texture of your ball sack. I didn't know this. Something like if you work out a lot or you play sports or something, it's like not, it's more. I forgot what the word he used.
Anyway, looks more like a brain.
It was news to me, I guess.
Interesting. Now I'm gonna go in the bathroom after this and like get a flashlight and do like the bat wing real quick and just be like, okay, are these athletic nuts? Or do I need to order athletic greens? Promo code SAVE before quitting.
Yeah, do that, athletic greens. What's up? So he finds the vas deferens. I hear like a snip sound, like you hear it like audible, like he snipped like with scissors or something. He's like, all right, found it. Cut. He's like, that's a wrap. About to sew you up, about to stitch you back up. And my dumbass, I'm like, oh, that was sweet. That was nothing. We're done. Blah, 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 blah. And then the nurse is on one side and the doctor's on one side. So he looks up at the nurse. He's like, all right, nurse, you want to switch? I was like, that's right. There's two nuts. I thought I was finished. So other side, another needle, but again, didn't hurt because I'm just numb down there now.
Yeah. But as of that point, it really is Play-Doh. Like,
yeah. So he cuts that open. I see him, like, I hear it cutting me open. And does the same thing, cuts it, whole same process. It's crazy because you see him pulling like tools back up and there's like blood on it. I'm just like, that came from my nuts, yo. That's all I need to see. Like, I don't want to see the work. I just know, I just see the aftermath of the tools you're using.
Jesus Christ, there's a massacre down there. We lost so many soldiers. Millions, in fact.
Yes, millions. So he sews that side back up. And then he's like, all right, it was like business as usual. He's like, man, you were a great patient, man. He's like, he just gave me all the rundowns of what I'm gonna feel, how I'm gonna feel, do this, do that. And he left. And when the nurse lowers me down out for lowers the seat down so I can stand up. So are you dizzy at all? I'm like, no. Like, I felt normal. Like, I didn't feel any pain. I felt whatever.
Did
And
you drive yourself, or do you
yeah,
had
and
to?
I drove home.
Really?
Well, the
I thought you
doctor
did.
told me initially that would be the deal. They were like, he was like, you feel nothing. He was like, you can bring yourself and you can take yourself home.
Hmm.
It'll be okay. He's like,
Damn.
the it's no longer than a 20-minute like procedure. It's an outpatient
That's
procedure,
crazy.
which made it even easier for me to make the decision to do it.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So, wait, hold on, my bad. Did I?
It's crazy to think that
The Zoom? I did
what?
record the Zoom. I didn't know if I recorded or not. I did.
Oh
Okay.
no,
Never
you.
been.
I remember hearing the lady yell at me, but it's crazy to think that 20 minutes of time can cause like well, pretty much no pregnancy. Isn't there like a thing? There's like a 0.001 rate
Yeah,
of like
like it's
something
very
sneaking through.
highly unlikely, but I'm
There's
thinking
chance.
there's a chance, but it's also you can't the first 90 days it's possible. So
Okay,
I'm beginning to think that 0.0001% of people did it within that first 90 days.
most likely.
Because you
Yeah,
have to give like they have to test your semen 90 days after just to prove because they test
that's
it
good.
and then they'll tell you like, yeah, you're done. You're shooting blanks pretty much.
All right, it's crazy.
Yeah, so I left out of there, just walked right on out, got in the car, drove home. I stopped at the store, like I'm just out. But slowly but surely, like I want to say maybe 2 to 3 hours later, I'm just like,
Hmm.
it's getting kind of harder to just freely walk without feeling something.
Yeah,
And they tell you like, yeah, you're gonna want to ice your pretty much ice your nuts 20 minutes on, 20 minutes off, like in intervals like that.
yeah.
Also take like they like Tylenol or leave every
Hmm.
4 to 6 hours, and that's been helping a lot. But
All right.
honestly, even when I'm like not icing or taking anything, it doesn't hurt enough to be debilitating. It's just annoying. It's just like that's kind of annoying.
Yeah,
That's it.
that's how you know you got a good ass doctor that did it. Yeah.
Yeah, I was happy to have him. He said he's been doing that shit for 30 something years.
Damn.
He's
Think
seen
about that,
so
man.
many nuts.
Like the amount of appointments that he probably has in a day, because it's a 20-minute procedure. Like he had a dude ready to go right when you were done.
Yeah,
So like
which means he had somebody right before me.
he's got to at least do like maybe 20, 30 a day, and then multiply that by the week for the business week, and then 30 years. Imagine how many nuts this man has touched.
He made a joke about that. He's like, listen, at this point, like old, young, I'm like, it's all the same. It's all the same dick. I was like, he was cool as shit. Like he had a sense of humor about the whole thing.
That's cool. I like that. Well, that's neat to know that you're all good now,
I'm good.
and that this episode for 20 minutes on and 20 minutes off, you will be using a bag of peas.
No, I won't be doing any icing during this episode. I don't want to see. I want to be talking about like, yeah, so in God of War, like it's crazy, just shoving ice down my pants.
Listen, man, it's doctor's orders. That's what the podcast title. Doctor's orders.
Doctor's orders. It's a good one too.
Goddamn, too many. But yeah, dope. I didn't do that today. I just went and got a white hoodie for Black Panther tomorrow. That's all I did.
Wow.
I needed to do the thing
That's also
that
important.
I saw the TikTok about. Like I was like, I need to find like a white hoodie because like that's comfortable, and then I can wear it other times too, like to the gym or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, it's like a respect thing, like cause it's kind of his funerals, like.
True.
So I'm like, I'm gonna wear it. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
not gonna wear the hood because no, I just am comfortable in a hoodie.
Yeah,
and I feel like that's nice, like a nice plain white hoodie, and then some jeans and my J's. Call it a day.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
going
gonna be fun.
Friday night. That's when me and Aiden are going.
I'm Thursday night, so I will be spoiling you on Friday before you go.
I'm gonna fucking mute my life.
You're not gonna believe what happened, man. Yo, fucking Killmonger was resurrected, and then fucking
I do
out
think
of
that's
nowhere.
happening.
I think I don't know if he's gonna get resurrected.
I feel like he's in it.
Yeah, I think he's in the astral plane. This is me obviously 2 days before the movie came out, or 1 day now. But I think Shuri, when she goes to take the Black Panther fruit, like there's one left somehow magically after
Of
Killmonger
course.
burned it all down. And she takes the fruit, she does the whole thing where she's like, ugh, and then goes to the spectral realm. T'Challa's there, probably a digital render of him because
Obviously.
obviously. And then we'll have like the dad there, and then maybe even Killmonger and his dad too, and like they're all just there on the tree.
I can see that.
And then Moon Knight's in the background, like, "Hey guys, we're next door neighbors in our realm," because that's a thing and canon.
And he's on that fucking boat.
Yeah, the hippo lady is just like, "Oh, hey guys, how you doing, mate? I'm gonna fuck the hippo."
I want those actual lines to be in that movie.
I wrote that.
Hippo.
I'm gonna fuck a hippo, mate, innit?
If the movie
God
goes
damn.
off and I see Christian King Jr. scroll up, I'm like, he was right.
You wrote the lines for the hippo, and that's it.
That's your role. You don't even
That's my
have
one
like
thing.
writer, editor, producer. It just says Christian King Jr. lines of the hippo.
Yeah. And that, hello. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's your voice. They just record you.
Hell yeah. I could do Australian really well, mate. Australian's easy. It's very easy to do. It's a little bit more subtle than British. No, I switched into British. When you say British like that.
Yes.
When you say British and like you separate it like that, it just puts you right into it. But Australian, mate, you just put a shrimp on the barbie, you go get a blooming onion. Governor.
They probably hate all that shit. Now you're UK again.
Cheeky cunt. Back to Australian.
All right, we're gonna start the show now.
Start the show.
Goodbye.
Goddamn.
Level up. What happened there? Level up.
You gotta rearrange down there.
Huh?
You gotta rearrange down there.
Yeah, you cut the wrong cord in my life. Level up, gamers, and welcome back to another episode of Save Before Quitting. I am Ant, and I'm here with my lovely, 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 beautiful co-host.
I'm Chris, and I'm here with my newly finished helmet. If I can find the button.
Ooh, look at that.
There's lights.
Look at that.
You don't want to see what it looks like on the inside.
It's the one good thing that came from Gotham Knights, according to those guys you talked to.
Dude, I didn't talk to anybody. I was...
Oh, you were a witness of a conversation.
I was a witness of slander.
We'll get to that because I want you to bring that back up during what we've been playing. But
hell yeah.
As always, save letter B number 4 quitting on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube.
Did tons of TikToks and shorts.
Oh, you've been going ham.
Yeah. We've been posting a shit ton. Hopefully you'll get on stream at some point. So maybe in like this weekend or something. I can probably do it this week now. Yeah. Yeah. If you could stream something, then I can get you back on the TikToks. It's been really Caucasian as of late, and we need to show that it's not just me. Please and thank you. I'm gonna make some TikToks of the podcast and stuff as well too, but
maybe I'll do everybody's playing God of War, so I don't think I need to stream that. Obviously, maybe I'll do Frontiers.
Maybe
playing it.
I haven't seen any gameplay of that yet, so I'd be interested to hop into that stream.
Yeah. As always, save before quitting, always spelled out at gmail.com. If you'd like to email us, we're always open to your emails.
We actually got one this week.
We do?
We got an email this week. Yeah.
Oh shit. Am I still signed? That thing signs me out like whenever it feels like it.
Once we get to the question section, I'll bring it up.
All right. savebeforequitting.com, all the way spelled out, for your merch. Get some merch. We got dope merch. I gotta get some more merch actually, and I plan to. Maybe I'll do that tonight.
I need to get a bitch made hoodie.
I want to get a hoodie, period. Like I got just t-shirts and a hat. I got to get a hoodie. What else? Patreon. We're going to start the Patreon back. I promise. With the episode 100 stuff and we got kind of lost in that. But we
Yeah.
do appreciate our patrons for helping us become an LLC now, in
Hell
progress
yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
Say that
Just
again.
uploaded the bloopers video for the Patreon people exclusively for the
Oh
moment.
yeah, that's right. You did do that.
Yeah. So that's uploaded on YouTube. I'll send it to you specifically because you're technically not a part of the Patreon. But, you know,
I
I'll
can go
send
on
you
there
the
and
link
watch
so
it
that you
still.
can go watch it. And yeah, go check that out. It's a little bit shorter, but like it's short and sweet of all the goofs that we had while filming. And then we'll probably do the Patreon maybe starting next week. Like we'll have that, and then obviously we'll have to do the live episode at the end of this month because we missed out on one. Apologies.
Yeah.
We made a fucking movie.
We did. It's we got you. We promise.
Yeah.
What else?
Maybe that's
Join
it.
Discord. Join the Discord.
Oh, yeah.
Please.
It's not
Link
it.
in the bios. But Discord is important. All the news goes through there. All the impressions, reviews. We got a good community over there. The best community in the world. Please come
Hell
join
yeah.
us. You would enjoy it. And then with that said, Chris, I know the answer to this. I should be asking the world, but what have you been playing, Chris? Surprise me.
So I'll wait for the obvious one until at the end of what you played this week, so we can both discuss it. But other than the obvious one, I've been playing some Fortnite because the season is coming to a close very, very soon at the end of next month. Actually, no, I think it's the end of this month, beginning of next. So I got to get my Spider-Gwen skin. I'm still very close, but not there yet. So working my way to that. Just playing casually with friends. Probably play a little bit tonight, to be honest, just to take a break from God of War. Because while I can play that for hours, most likely, if I just veg out and play it, I need a little bit of social interaction in my life. A little bit more than, I don't get much anyway from working from home, so I might as well do it through Fortnite. But other than that, Overwatch as well. I've been playing both on my console and PC, which it's very funny because I had a really bad day. Like on Sunday or Saturday, I just hopped onto the PC and I queued for competitive as a tank. And my first game, I did so well. 20 plus kills, like maybe 1 or 2 deaths because I had phenomenal healers. Won the game easy peasy. I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. I'm back on PC. I started here and I'm back here. Let's get it. I played about 19 more games. I did not win a single one of them.
You started out with a bang and that was it.
Yeah. Now here's the crazy part. I had the exact same amount of kills and damage. The only difference was the amount of deaths that I had. Because I kept dying because our damage players were not the best and were really not doing well. Now here's the thing. I hate to be the guy that's like, it's the DPS, it's them, they're the problem. But like, when our healers have more kills than the damage players and more damage than the damage players, and they're not playing the broken character of Moira, there's a problem.
Sounds
and I'm getting matched with fucking terrible players, and it's fine. I had a bad day. It was emotionally damaging. You can ask the couple of friends that I played with. I was having a time. But it was also funny because I realized that while I did D-rank a decent bit, I didn't know this, but the competitive game mode, like competitive, you can't queue with that, even though it's cross console. You can't queue with people that are on PlayStation and PC. Like it has to be everyone's on the same thing. I didn't know that. Yeah. I was assuming because I was on PlayStation for a while when I was trying to play with my PC friends that was the reason we couldn't play comp together. It was because I was on my PlayStation. So once I hopped on PC. Then I started playing with them. We started doing much better. It was still a decent bit of losses, but as opposed to like every loss, like one after the other, it was more of like a balanced gameplay, so it felt good. And I think I just got placed in healing. I think I'm gold. Gold 3. So not the best, but better than average at the moment. So working my way through that, see if I can rank up sometime soon. And then Gotham Knights, which I love this game. This game is good. The reviews are stupid. The
It
people
is weird
talking
because
about the game are stupid too.
the reviews are still coming in like that. I listen to some podcasts. They're just like, yeah, I'm never playing that again. I might have brought this up.
Yeah.
Like, I'm never playing that again. I was like, people really have a thing against this game.
I really don't get it. Like this could just be like I'm just having a good experience situation, like lucky, like because like you alluded to, I went to GameStop today because they're having a huge like 50% off anything clearance sale. So you just walk in and if it has a yellow tag on it, it's 50% off of that and it's already dropped down in price.
So you're
So
playing almost next to nothing.
yeah. So I'm like heading in seeing if there's anything good and there's two people behind the counter that are working and then like three or four customers that are like I guess they just checked out and they're like about to leave but they're talking and they're talking about Gotham Knights and they're just shitting on it. And I'm like standing there looking through all this stuff like, you know, stupid figures and stuff. I didn't end up buying anything. But I'm like I'm listening and it's just a bunch of like not correct things. Like they're like, yeah, it sucks so bad for the co-op that they completely disabled it. I'm like, no, they didn't. They didn't disable the co-op. You could still play the co-op.
Yeah.
Wrong. And then they're like, and all the characters, not a single one of them is it fun to play. I'm like, the only character I haven't had super fun with is Robin so far, and that's nothing against him. It's just he doesn't feel great.
Somebody's got to be the bottom character.
Yeah,
there's gonna be
like,
one.
Personally, obviously for me, Red Hood is up there just because like he's a very big tanky guy and like he has the guns and it's cool because he's actually not killing in the game, which I found interesting, and that's story point too, which is neat. I thought it was like just them rewriting it because they didn't want Red Hood to kill people, but apparently in the lore of the game, Batman came to Red Hood as he was killing everybody and convinced him to stop killing people. And there's this really awesome cutscene that happens with Red Hood and Robin where they're testing out the ammunition that he has. It's like rubber bullets or some shit like that. And Robin's like, this is like damn near fatal, like what you're using. Like you're gonna really hurt someone unless you're extremely accurate. And Red Hood's just like shrugging it off, like, yeah, well, they deserve it anyway because they're committing the crime. So like whatever. If it happens, it happens. And like then he's like leans back and he's like, you know what, you're right. Why don't you rework the numbers? Let's get the ammo to a place where it's safe, where it still does damage, but it's not as fatal.
Right.
And it was this really cool like character building moment. I liked it a lot. But other than that, man, it's phenomenal. And the game's great. And the traversal is great. They said the traversal was shit. I'm like, it's fun. It's a great traversal system. There's a motorcycle you can ride around, or you can web zip around like Spider-Man and PS4. So take your pick. Both are good. And the fast travel system is phenomenal too. Like you can just fast travel wherever the fuck you are and just go somewhere easy peasy. Like it's good. But I don't know. They were shitting on it. I was kind of annoyed, to be honest and frank. So yeah. But I'm having a good time with it. I haven't really been doing like main story missions too much. I've kind of just gone on patrol as the characters, because anytime you go back to the headquarters area that they have, the Belfry, it resets and it says what night you're on. So technically I'm on night 20 right now, and after you go back there, it'll tell you how many crimes that you stopped, how much damage you put out, or you know, missions you did or some shit like that, information found for mysteries or whatever, because you're technically detectives.
You are
detectives. So it's fun. It's a fun game.
I'm thinking about picking that up. Like if it comes down to a certain point on Black Friday, I think I'm just gonna get it.
I am looking forward to other people getting it at some point. I think CLD mentioned that it's not cross-platform apparently. I don't know if that's true. I haven't looked into it too much, but I'm the only one who's playing right now on PlayStation. So if anyone gets it on PlayStation, let me know. We'll co-op, because apparently the co-op just makes it even more fun because you can just like stealth kill people. Like and time it with each other really well. Like there'll be like two different people looking different directions. Like I'll get left, you get right, 3, 2, 1, go, and then you just take out this whole squad of people without anyone knowing what the fuck just happened, which is slick.
I'm probably gonna go PlayStation 2.
Yeah,
honestly,
it's fun. It's a fun game. It's a fun game, and if you want to pick it up, definitely. If I had to guess, I would say it'd be on sale for Black Friday. The only thing that I'm looking for now is I still need to get the Batgirl figure. I have Nightwing, Robin, and Red Hood now. I just need to get Batgirl, and then I have all 4 from Gotham Knights, and
It's
I'm
the Gotham
Gucci.
Knights figures.
Yeah. I
Okay.
just got the Nightwing one
Cool.
the other day as a return because I got that big Bat Family 5 pack that was garbage, and I returned it, and they were like, "Well, we can't give you your money back, so we'll give you Amazon credit, and you can use that on another item, and then we'll give you the difference." So this guy was on sale for $15 on Amazon, so I picked him up. He looks great.
Mm-hmm.
I already had Robin, but I'm not a fan of this outfit in the least bit. And then Red Hood's over there in the Red Hood collection, so he's not making an appearance right now.
Got you.
So just got to get Batgirl, and they're all done. So
dope.
I'm excited. But obviously the other one is God of War. I'll wait to talk about it until you tell me what you've been playing this week.
Well, it started last week. I think it was right after we did the podcast, or a day later or something. But no, it was right after the podcast because apparently Sonic Frontiers leaked. They leaked the ROM of Sonic Frontiers.
Apparently,
the Switch version.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I was worried about having to cram all this game into one day, but now I have a couple of days I can play this before God of War drops. So I got the ROM. I had to do a lot of fucking around with the Steam Deck to get it to work because the original Switch emulator I had didn't want to run it. It kept freezing for some reason. I'm like, well, I guess I won't be playing this. And then I got a different Switch emulator, and I had to download all kinds of like product keys and like things to make it recognize it as a regular game.
Yeah.
And I finally got all that to work. I'm just up in bed in the dark on my Steam Deck and my phone, like watching YouTube and implementing everything I'm hearing on YouTube. And I finally get it. I'm like, finally. So the game starts. And it's working well. I'm like, all right, this is dope. I got the game is right here. I'm just playing this fucking game. So you start out in like a more classic Sonic stage, kind of how like the last couple 3D games are, where it's like an action stage, you're just running straight through the stage and doing all the Sonic stuff. And the level ends. I'm like, oh, that's cool. So it's working. It's a frame rate, everything. Right after that stage, there's a cutscene. Cutscene starts and it is laggy as shit, like chugging slow.
Jesus.
I'm like,
This is just the ROM.
This is the ROM
context, right?
Yeah, okay. This is not the actual game. That's why I brought it up in the Discord, and it's like, and we were making jokes about how, oh shit, this game is may not be good, but I was like, no, this is the ROM, because it's like technical hiccups. It's not like things are wrong that would genuinely be wrong with the game on release. So the cutscene kind of sped up, like it went back to normal pace. I'm like, okay, maybe I'll just have that's just something I'm gonna have to deal with playing it, not the legal version. So the game starts. Now, I don't know about you guys out there, but I think I should be able to see the floor when I'm playing the game. It looked bugged out. Like certain parts, like certain frames and textures appeared, but the ground was like flickering in and out. I'm like,
Jesus Christ.
So in my mind, immediately, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to buy this game now. This is not going to be my version.
Yeah.
So, but I got a good little taste of it. So I'm running around. Like I said, I played it for like 2 hours, maybe like 2 hours into it. And I'm enjoying it, but it's early on. So, you're not getting everything out the gate. So they're slowly building you to like the good parts.
Yeah.
So I couldn't really form an official, like, is this good or bad opinion? It was just like, oh, I enjoyed what I saw and played. But I stopped playing the ROM because you get to this boss and the texture didn't show up. So I feel like he's like flickering. I'm just fighting this invisible enemy who's just fucking me up.
It's just hard mode, dude. Get good.
I can't see him. So with that being said, Monday came and it came out Tuesday. So I just pre-ordered it on my Xbox, and which I had to, this is going to lead into God of War. So I remember talking to you guys in the Discord, I had to reset up all my shit because I haven't turned anything on in over a
God
month.
knows how long.
Yeah, over a month.
God.
Even the games I was playing with you, we played on the PC. I didn't play any console shit.
True. Yeah.
So turned on my Xbox. Immediately, it was like, whoa, fam, you need to update. Like nothing even showed up. It turned on and was just like update available. They
Yeah.
didn't change the UI and everything. So
God damn.
updated my Xbox and then pre-ordered Sonic Frontiers. So while that's downloading, I was like, well, I'm down here. I'll turn the PlayStation on. Turn on the PlayStation. It didn't even come on the screen fully. It turned on and like it was just a black screen for a while. I'm just like, all right. Did I wait too long and it's broke? Like what the fuck is going on? So
Yeah.
finally it slowly comes on. I sign in. I had to change my internet because my router is different. So I had to put the internet back on it. And as soon as I did that, you know that noise it makes when you get like an alert, like ding, like it kind of yeah. It
Yeah.
did that like 7 times in a row, like just like popping, like this is available, this happened, this happened, this happened, this happened. Also, you can access none of it because you have to update the shit out of this machine. So I had to update that too. Updated that. Pre-ordered God of War.
You get the regular version?
I got the deluxe one.
Okay. I think I got deluxe, but I can't remember because I don't know what you're supposed to get.
I think
like
it was only
extra.
like it wasn't that much. It wasn't like a giant jump in price. I think it was like what 15, 20 bucks more. It was like all right, I'll just get it.
I think I got digital deluxe, but I don't remember, or maybe I just haven't gotten to the point where any of the stuff comes in the game yet. I don't know. Like the DLC or not DLC. What is it called? Like the bonus.
Yeah, I think this is like armor or something.
Yeah, I think maybe I got it. I don't know. I really could not tell you, but yeah.
So that starts downloading. I'm like, okay, that's cool. Now I go back to the Xbox. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna set up remote play for my Xbox on my Steam Deck so I can as I go throughout the house tonight, I can play Sonic on the Steam Deck. So I jumped through all those hoops. You got to get a whole different program and set it up through your X. It's kind of like the PlayStation one, but it's a lot nicer. The Xbox one is like nice. Like it looks like
an actual thing.
It looks like Microsoft.
Illegal.
Yeah, it looks like Microsoft made it.
Yeah. Nice.
So, and that worked beautifully. Like resolution is really good. Frame rate is really good. Not that much like stuttering. Like here and there, it'll have a hiccup because you are technically just streaming your Xbox.
Yeah.
But
depends on your internet and shit.
Yeah. Dude. But perfect. I'm 2 floors up playing it like I'm playing it at the rate that I'd be playing it in front of the screen.
That's fucking dope.
So that was good. Did the same thing for God of War. Had to reconfigure the buttons to make sure I had like the touchpad button mapped and the home button mapped to my Steam Deck and everything. But another one, as soon as God of War came out, I played it there. I installed it on the PS4 in the bedroom. So if I'm up there, I can play. I can pick the game right back up, pick the save up and continue. And I had it on the Steam Deck. I'm like, okay, there's no excuse why I cannot play this game at any point of the day.
That's crazy. So you can continue your PS5 save on your PS4?
Yeah, you save to the cloud.
That's smart.
The settings can change because obviously.
Yeah, I just thought that they were separate games because, like, you know how you can download the PS4 version, you can download the PS5 version. Yeah, I thought it was technically like separate entities.
It was giving me some issue where it acted like it couldn't find my save. It eventually did, but then I tested out. You can also stream your PS5 on your PS4. So instead of using the PS4 version of the game, I streamed my
using
PS5
the PS5
on my PS4. Yeah. And I'm just playing it. And again, frame rate is great. Looks great. I'm just playing it on a PS4.
All right. Damn, man.
It doesn't look as crispy as PS5 straight up, but it looks fine. It looks great.
Hell yeah. Damn.
So I've been doing a lot of making my games very accessible in the house.
The accessibility, man.
Yo, which led me to thinking like, yo, Steam Deck is one of the greatest gaming inventions
100%. Oh yeah.
It is so fucking useful.
It's also slept on too. People think it's still not real, and I'm like, you can literally just buy it now. Like,
Yeah.
I saw like 30 different TikToks over the past couple weeks where they're like judging like consoles and like rating them into tier list. And
Mhm.
anytime someone gets to the fucking Steam Deck, they're just like, I'm just sure this one doesn't exist. I've not seen a single person play this before. And I'm like, buy it. It's the most worthwhile shit you will ever get.
It's so worthwhile, man. Like, I understand people want to pay for it, but it's like it's worth any tier you buy, any money you put into it.
Yeah.
By that I mean any version of the Steam Deck you want to buy, it's worth it. It's so useful if you're into that shit.
100%.
But we both been playing God of War.
Yeah. No spoilers. But
None.
I think, and I said this in the Discord as well, and I don't know if it was on this Discord or a different one, but I believe somehow they topped the Baldur fight in the first game.
In the first hour. And they top it more than once.
Yeah. Like, I was very, like, that was my main concern. Like, I knew it was going to be good. I knew this game was going to be good no matter what. But I was like, how are you going to top that fight with Baldur? Because that, like, fight is not only badass, it's also funny. Because he's kind of just, like, laughing the whole time it's happening. It's a phenomenal fight. It's actually somewhat challenging because you're not supposed to technically win in the first game. But then in this one, they just like ramp that up so much better. And like, I've just gotten to the point now, like right before we hopped on this call, where I'm like going off to do the main mission away from the house and shit. And I'm like, that was phenomenal. Like, I want to go back and do that again.
Right.
Just because of how cool it was. But yeah, man, this game's phenomenal, and it got me so many points in my video game fantasy league.
I saw that.
I got a hard lock at third place, baby.
Unfair amount of points. Like,
yeah,
I was like, God damn, we got a lot of points for that game.
That was my round 1 pick. It was funny when we were doing like the picks. Like, we pretty much were in a Discord call, and we would go around and like whoever. I don't know how like we picked the order, but when we went around for the first round, I'm like, God of War. Like, that's my pick. And this was before we had a release date.
Yeah.
And, like, everyone was like, that's if it even comes out. And I'm like, it's coming out. And this is, like, January. And we're just like, you and I are like, yeah, it's maybe going to come out this year. I don't know. And I'm like, no, it's coming out. And it came out. And it's fucking good.
You bet the house and you won.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to win. That's the thing. I'm definitely locked in third. Yeah.
I mean, or you bet the house on God of War and won that.
Oh, 100%. That one feels good. But yeah, man. I'm excited to not to that I want to rush this, but I'm excited to get back to it once we're done recording.
Put
it that way. Because yeah, I'm doing a couple puzzles right now that are fun. If you remember, they're in the first game. It's not much of a spoiler because they were in the first game. You know, like where there's like the chest, and you have to find the different pieces, the runes, and like break them to open it. Like, I'm pretty much like finding the pieces right now for.
I know exactly where you are.
Yeah, that's where I'm at before I like put my console to sleep for a little bit. But I love this game. It's so good. The only thing that I'm not a fan of is the blocking. So far,
I'm bad at blocking in this game. Like, I can block straight on. I should say I'm bad at parrying.
Parrying is annoying. I actually, when you get to a certain point where you can pick different shields and whatnot. I picked the shield in which it was specifically, if you parry, it will be a good outcome or whatever.
Yeah, I saw that part.
And I picked that one because I'm like, if I pick this, it's going to force me to get better at parrying. As opposed to the other one where I think it's just like you're good at blocking in general, which is fine.
You're good at blocking, and it ups your defense.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Because that's
I would have done that one, but I was like, I need to force myself to parry because I know that this game is going to lead to bigger and badder enemies, and I'm going to need to be able to do this. So, yeah. It also doesn't tell you how to ping enemies or like lock onto them, which was kind of annoying.
I was thinking that. I was like, can you do that in this game?
Yeah. You push in on R3 or on your right analog, and then it locks to whoever. But I was just like, it would have been nice if you told me.
Yeah.
Like, they told you pretty much everything else in the tutorial levels and whatnot. but they didn't say anything about like locking on. And I was like, did they take that out entirely? And then there's the whole thing where you hit down on your D-pad and you'll just do a full 360.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, I found that by accident too, and I'm like, you could have fucking told me. Like, Mimir's on my fucking ass, like, behind you! And I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, well, the first time he says that, that's where you, like, slow the game down and put the text on the side that says, when Mimir says behind you, that means an enemy is behind you, and you press down on the D-pad to turn around.
Press D-pad now, and it turns you around.
Yeah, that's where you do that, and they didn't. And I just accidentally found it out when I'm trying to switch between my fucking axe and, like, my blades. And I'm like, what fucking button is it?
Muscle memory kicked in for me, because I didn't, like, they didn't say it, and I didn't think about it. But at some point, some random I just pressed it and then it clicked then. I was like, oh yeah, I can do that in this game.
Yeah.
Because at first, all those behind, and when he starts yelling behind you and stuff, I just immediately roll. Like, all right, roll to the side. Who's going to come past me?
Yeah, but it's fucking good.
It's really
so
good.
Far.
At some point, I don't know, maybe in a month, we'll do a spoiler cast on this game.
Yeah. Maybe like like 2 weeks to a month. I feel like it's like a good time frame to talk more specifics, but for now it's good. Go play it.
Yes, it is very good. Go play it, please.
Yeah, but yeah, is that all we've been playing though?
That's all we've been playing. I think it's time for news. That's all I've been playing anyway.
It's time for the news. Now we got to find on our Discord how far we had to scroll up, because I can't remember what the last thing we talked about was. It might have been the Marvel EA stuff, I believe.
Let me see. We did a lot of talking in the news section. Hold on.
Doop. This is dry air time.
Dry air.
When was the last podcast recorded? On Wednesday,
okay,
right?
We probably could start at November 4th. Because I remember us talking about the price of PSVR 2.
We did do that. Did we talk about the Blizzard scam thing with the witch skin?
I just assumed. Didn't
think
we
so.
talk about that? It's the same
and
day.
Sandman. Yeah.
So
yeah, it's just God of War scores are good.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got a 10 everywhere, like perfect 10s on every outlet.
Yeah. I was shocked when I saw that. I was like, damn, dude. Not a single fucking outlet.
Not even a 9.
Little bit less. Yeah.
Not even a 9.5.
Yeah.
This is nuts.
But next up in the news, over 2 minutes of the Kojima game Overdose was apparently leaked online. The way it was leaked was pretty abysmal if you didn't see it yet.
I didn't see it yet. I just saw this headline.
So for context, it's a lot of gameplay, and I know this from Haptic, that some of the in-game models are characters from the game Death Stranding.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks like it's being built in Death Stranding's engine, and with some of the characters from that, but they're probably different people in this game. The reason why it's a little bit abysmal is because the leaked footage is actually being recorded on a cell phone that is being played on a cell phone. Like, the video itself is being played on a cell phone on a table, and it's being recorded by a cell phone. Okay?
It's crapception.
Now, that in and of itself is already crap. Yeah. The problem comes in where the reflection of the person recording is in the mobile phone that they are recording.
You fucking idiot.
We can clearly see the person's face. I don't know if it's been reported who it is yet, but not only that we can see his face, the guy's shirtless and his nipple is just completely exposed on the screen. So this dude's just like fucking naked on his couch recording like this on another phone, and the whole entire internet has now seen this man from the waist up.
You exposed yourself as a leaker and exposed yourself, your nipple.
Yes. Free the nipple has a new meaning. But I mean, from what I saw, the gameplay doesn't look super groundbreaking or anything. It's a Kojima game, so you know what to kind of expect from that, like creepy, macabre feeling. And then like this overarching feeling of like, this ain't right. There's something not right about this. But it looks fine for what it is right now. Obviously, the footage wasn't supposed to be leaked because of the man's nipple. But yeah, I'm looking forward to see it. I haven't played a Kojima game, and I couldn't tell you how long. I technically own Death Stranding. It came with my PC when I bought it like 2 years ago.
Oh yeah, we talked
So
about that.
that's a thing. But like I never installed it. Like I just have it
You should
on
stream that one
whatever
day.
library. No, I'm not playing that game. It's fucking UPS simulator as far as I'm concerned, and with Monster Energy literally in the game.
I
There's
know. I remember that. Some people really enjoy it. That game.
I know that it's technically good, but like the story seems good. The gameplay does not.
Got you. I understand.
Like I don't know. That's just me though. That's just me. Yeah.
Well,
That's all I got for
get
that.
your shit together, Kojima. You got shirtless dudes leaking your shit.
Yeah.
Okay. That's not news. This is the next thing.
I think it's phenomenal news. The Sonic join our Discord and go watch the video in the gaming news of Sonic, because I need you to do that if you play that on stream, by the way. If you don't do that at least a couple times, I'll be pretty mad.
I can do it. There's a video that was put out, and if anybody has seen footage of Sonic Frontiers, Sonic has this new move called the Psy Loop, where he creates this energy behind him, this trail behind him. He goes into a ring and it uncovers whatever secrets are in that area. Someone took advantage of that by making the dick and balls with the ring and bringing rings up from under the ground.
Listen,
but
man,
it is very funny. It is a very funny video. So do with that what you will.
Ladies,
I can't do that anymore. Next, what is this Overwatch thing, Chris?
So Overwatch, the Overwatch League finals were this past week. Pretty much the championship for all of Overwatch, and during that, at the actual live event, they showed off the next hero to be making its way into the game at the start of season 2. This is Ramatra, I believe is how it's pronounced. Pretty much this guy was teased in a cinematic that we got 2 years ago, I believe, for Doomfist.
Looking character.
Yeah, he's really cool looking. He's got like these dope ass like dreads that are cables, almost like HDMI port cables. But pretty much his abilities were described as having two separate forms, both Omnic form and Nemesis form. Omnic form will have Ramatra sporting a slimmer build around the size of a DPS hero, and then with the press of a button, he can transform into his larger foreboding Nemesis form. Nemesis mode transitions you from being a range style character to a closed range brawler. So pretty much this tank is going to be like a range type hero shooting some sort of thing. I believe that they have a staff that shoots like some sort of laser, like Zarya or Symmetra, is what I think I saw, maybe. I could be wrong. This is all early. And then when you switch into the Nemesis form, he gets like big and bulky like in this picture, and he pretty much becomes like a melee character where he'll swing or something like that. You can switch between those two things back and forth a little bit. I did post the TikTok of when that cinematic came out and showing off the character a little bit about 2 years ago. Actually, it was 3 years ago, 2019. But yeah, new character coming soon. We definitely need new tanks and supports, because pretty much right now, when you go to pick a character in game, it's like, here are 6 tanks you can play. Here are 6 healers you can play. Here's 48 damage characters that are a majority not really that good right now, but it's fine. They need to be fixing a lot of characters. But yeah. They also took Mei out of the game.
Why?
Which pretty much Mei with her ice wall. Like I was playing her a lot, and I realized she's probably one of my mains. But the ice wall needed to be patched, and for about, I think she comes back this week or next week. She was gone for 2 weeks because you could use the ice wall if you were standing next to an in-game wall, and the ice wall would go up and it would push you into things, into the map, so that you were technically somewhere that was not able to be shot or something.
Yeah.
So people were like, camping on a map, and like it's a control point or like a payload, and they would force themselves into the payload, into the geometry of it or the wall, and they
Oh
would be able
man,
to contest permanently, and the
taking
game
advantage of
wouldn't.
it.
Yeah, yeah, it was a very decent bug that needed to be fixed, but there's a lot of other things that need to be fixed, and it's fine. I'm not mad at all.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Overwatch still overwatching. I
Yeah,
see.
I love it. So it's fun. It's a fun game.
You can't deny that endorsement. It's 100% not transparent.
Next in the news.
Next in the news, new Halo Infinite Battle Royale details leak. This comes from twistedvoxel.com. New details regarding the upcoming Battle Royale mode for 343 Industries Halo Infinite have reportedly leaked. Twitter user Barthrobe. Oh, Twitter, that's his Twitter name. I'm like, that's his name? Twitter user Barthrobe Spartan shared a bunch of screenshots from what appear to be Halo Infinite's game files, revealing new information regarding the game's Battle Royale mode. According to the leaked details, Halo Infinite's Battle Royale mode will have an initial intro phase along with a deployment and release phase, much like in other Battle Royale games. Similarly, players can continue to join an in-game session until the drop phase is complete. Where things start to differ is with regards to the initial loadout. In other Battle Royale games, players are dropped onto the map with no weapons. However, based on the leaked information, Halo Infinite's Battle Royale will have players drop on the map with an initial weapon loadout. Players will also be able to control their drop pod. They'll be aligned as a team, much like the squad seen in other BR games. Meanwhile, Twitter user Ains, I thought they said anus, has heard that the Battle Royale mode, codenamed Tatanka, may arrive alongside Season 4 of Halo Infinite, which is tentatively scheduled for sometime in mid-2023. For now, Season 3 is on the way, and it will add ray tracing support to the game. I saw this article, and I was like, oh yeah, Halo Infinite was a
thing. Yeah, I still need to play that campaign because I was waiting for the co-op one, but didn't happen yet still, sadly. I don't know if I would want a Halo Battle Royale personally. I know that everybody who loves Battle Royale games will definitely want one. Are you gonna play a Halo Battle Royale? Is that a thing that interests you?
I will try it. I'm gonna try it. I don't mind Halo's gunplay. I just want to see. I'm interested. I'm curious enough to try it at least once.
I feel like their gunplay is just something that's a little weird to me. Like the gunplay in Halo just attributes itself so well to just regular multiplayer shooter. When it comes to Battle Royale, I don't know. Like it feels weird to think about, you know, like the only gun that I could see being viable is like the sniper. And then all the rest of them are just like this like wide ass spray radius, and like you have to melee someone to finish them off to kill them, especially in Infinite. Like Infinite, it's pretty much shoot them for 3 to 4 seconds and then run up close while shooting and then melee them to kill them. That's pretty much the only way to kill someone as far as I know, or the sniper headshot. But I don't know. I'm also just not a big Halo guy as well, to be fair. Even with the little I've played of Infinite, over with the Haptic guys and just in general, I don't know if they need a battle royale because I feel like they got to fix their own multiplayer shit because it's not the best.
I agree with that.
I don't know. That's just.
I agree with that. There's nothing wrong with
that. All right. Any more thoughts on that? Or so?
Nah. I mean, it's just leaked information. That more will be revealed, and we'll have a deeper take on it.
Yeah. Next up, Pokemon. They had a little trailer for the YouTube channel on 11/8 for Scarlet and Violet. I actually didn't watch the the trailer, but there were a bunch of leaks that actually happened from the Spanish version of the game, showing off some new Pokemon that we did not actually know about, and even an evolution of one of the fire starter. Well, the fire starter for Fuecoco.
Oh, I did see that. I forgot to put that up.
So Fuecoco is like a little pepper dinosaur dragon type thing. Very inspired, obviously, by Mexican culture. This game is, with a decent bit of their Pokemon. So pretty much they showed off an evolution called Crocular, which I believe is the second evolution of Fuecoco. It looks like he's almost got like a fire sombrero
Mm-hmm.
on top of his head now on in this form. These are screenshots taken from like a phone of a Nintendo Switch, so obviously not the best quality. But
Is there a
alongside of
nipple?
that, there's no nipple. Um, alongside that, there were two other Pokemon that were announced, and one previous Pokemon that was pretty much confirmed to be in the game. One of them called Flamigo, which
Mhm.
is a mix of the word flamingo and amigo.
It's your friend,
So
the flamingo.
yeah, yeah, Flamigo. So it literally just looks like a flamingo in the little tiny sprite that they have of it, and then also Tarantula, which is a round tarantula. Like it's a sphere tarantula.
They're getting good with these names.
Yeah. And then it was also confirmed that Ralts, one of my favorite characters from Ruby and Sapphires, where he made his debut.
Mhm.
It's like this little like sand boy with like a little green head and a little bump on his head, a little pink bump,
Mhm.
and evolves into either this really cool like fighter in the male form, or the female form is Gardevoir, which is go on DeviantArt and go look that up if you aren't at work. Um,
Gardevoir?
Gardevoir. Yeah. Rule 34.
I don't fuck with Rule 34, dog. I'm
Yeah,
scared of it.
it's just a lot of Rule 34 stuff. It's people are horny for that Pokemon. Let's just put it that way. But that was confirmed to be in the game, and then also they were showing off in the trailer and from the screenshots that there is a different version of Tauros that's going to be in this game
Yeah.
that is going to be region specific. And people are pointing out that that the horns on this version are actually more accurate to the real world version of a bull because they're thick and straight as opposed to the original Tauros where the horns go up kind of like
Yeah.
curved. So it's a little bit more accurate to real world stuff, I guess. But different version of Tauros. Let me see what else they had that was also exclusive. They also showed off a new butterfly Pokemon that was pretty interesting, called
Butterfree
Pavilion.
2.
Yeah, I mean technically it'd be 5 as of this point because there's been a lot of different Butterfree clones.
No, shows how much I know
Yeah,
now about Pokemon.
there's been a lot. Then there's also another Pokemon that was shown in the Chinese social media post that pretty much it looks like a parrot, but it's all green, and then
Mhm.
it has the Fonz's pompadour hair. It's a little weird looking. And that's about all that I've seen. So yeah, that's about all. But yeah,
Yeah.
it looks like we got our first look at one of the evolutions for the starters. So that's pretty cool, and people are liking it so far online. So
Good.
he looks to be the leading favorite, I guess, so far, just because people have seen the evolution that it looks good. I'm personally not sure still who I'm picking because there's the duck, water duck, which I feel like is like it's a duck. That's cool.
What
And
more
then
do you
there's
need?
the grass cat, and I'm like, it's
Mhm.
just a cat. Unless its evolution is like really dope, I don't think I'll pick grass this time.
What if it evolves into a duck?
A cat evolves into a duck.
Yeah.
I honestly, I have this feeling, and this is just going from the way Pokemon has been going. I have a feeling that they're gonna make the cat Pokemon turn into something hot, like that furries are gonna be, or and like regular people be like, I'd fuck that Pokemon because they did that with the fox one that was like fire type, and it turned
Mhm.
into like this like really hot witch. Like she's like, ooh, look at me, and I got like a dress on and shit, and then there's Gardevoir and shit. But I could see them doing that, so
Yeah,
some type
yeah.
of shit like that. But yeah, Pokemon.
The Pokemon way.
Yeah. Next up.
Next up, Nintendo had an Indie World showcase today. 9th of
I didn't
November
watch
for
it.
people listening. I also did not watch it because I was while that was on, I was playing God of War earlier. That's usually not me. I was home too. I could have streamed it, didn't.
Coulda. Let me look up a
But
list.
I gotta go. Yeah, I gotta go. See what the updates are for this thing. I dropped the ball.
Oh, good. I'm gonna send you a link in Discord so that we can both go down this. Boop.
Word. Badoop.
All right.
All right. Yeah, how many games?
Could probably just like
List
quickly
them.
go through these. Yeah.
I'm not even gonna watch any of these, but
I'm gonna toss them on just so I know what they look like,
mhm.
but I'm gonna mute the audio.
Some of these are games like I've seen some of these games before, and like they're probably on like Steam,
Yeah.
all that stuff.
There's a nice little blurb below the video too that kind of
Yeah,
explains what it is, so that's nice.
gotcha. All right. Starting out, we have Venba. Plays an Indian mother, Venba, who immigrates to Canada with her family in the 1980s. Players will cook various dishes and decipher long lost family recipes. Through branching conversations, explore a story about a family, love, and loss.
I like the style a lot from the video. It's very fuzzy on the edges. It almost looks like it was done by like a paintbrush or when remember those
Mm.
markers when we were kids that you would stick it in the tube and then you'd blow it and it would like blow the ink at the at
Oh
the
yeah, 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 yeah. I
paper.
do remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It has very reminiscent of that, like fuzzy edges kind of. And I
I'm
like
looking
that.
at it now. I see what you're talking about.
Yeah. I dig it. It's like
Okay.
a cooking simulator, but it also has like
Story.
story in it,
Yeah.
which is pretty neat. Next up was Sports Story, which Sports Story is a game about sports, but not
RPG.
always. Various non-sporting pursuits provide variety. Alternative activities like dungeon explorations, stealthy infiltrations, and fishing expeditions mean something unexpected waits around every corner. It looks like a top-down golf game that when after you hit your shot, you can just explore the world like an RPG, which is very
Mm.
interesting. Um, you can play tennis as well, volleyball, soccer from the trailer. What else we got here? Baseball, soccer, which is weird. You can also play tennis
I just saw
with a
that part.
toaster.
Oh no, you talking about that part. Like you see the person hit. Hold on, let me go back.
Hit a ball with a
Golf
golf club
ball
on a tennis court that is
into
then
a
hit by a
soccer
baseball bat into a soccer net.
Yeah. This is made by the same people who made Golf Story, which is another top down RPG, but it's golf related. Um I have it on
That's
my Switch
cool.
and has never played it because it looks so great. And it's just on there.
I kind of like that. I'm maybe I'll play it. I don't know, man. I don't know.
It doesn't look
Next
bad. It doesn't
up,
look bad at all. Goodbye World. That's a comfortable name. Um, Goodbye World is a narrative adventure game. Play through 12 stages of a puzzle platform. Oh, wait a minute, platformer. While
puzzle platformer.
following the two protagonists through 13 chapters of their story. I'm trying to get to the part where the gameplay is. Oh,
This
it's
is
like a little
very
Game Boy
interesting.
game. It's like
Yeah,
it's like a
like the cutscenes
Kirby-esque.
are cool, and then like you play it as a Game Boy game. Like the main game is a Game Boy game inside of a game.
I should have watched this. This could have been the content that had me
Yeah,
on. I still could because
yeah.
I didn't
You can
see
go
it.
to a live reaction. Fuck it.
Yeah. Um.
Ooh. Next up,
Oh.
Have a Nice
Ooh.
Death. Death Inc. new higher orientation video was posted. Have a Nice Death is a 2D action roguelike, which we already know, where you play as Overwrecked Death, whose employees have run rampant, throwing off the balance of souls in his vacation plans. In order to restore order, you'll have to grab your trust-free scythe and show your employees who's boss. So, just pretty much a new trailer for Have a Nice Death, but it's coming to Switch now. So,
Yep.
pretty neat.
Can't get
Man,
enough of
these are
that game.
animated so well.
Next game. Aka or Aka, however, AKA. Find inner peace in a small open world. My bad. I had audio playing in my ears. Find inner peace in a small open world game. On these carefully crafted, handcrafted islands, you can take a nap on a giant monster, feed baby dragons, take care of the fauna and flora, but demons from your past might come back to remind you what you want to forget. So it's life.
This looks very reminiscent of Tunic, but like more happens.
It looks
Also, like farming and
also farming
Animal
and
Crossing.
yes, of course, because it's a Nintendo
Yeah.
direct.
Mans is cutting down a tree.
Arranging his home. Can't get away from it.
That's a giant gerbil. What the
That's
fuck?
what he is.
there was you'll maybe get to that point where it's on the beach and
Oh
there's
wait,
just a giant.
I see. I
Yeah,
see it.
I don't know, man. Next up, Pepper Grinder, which looks
This
pretty fucking cool.
looks like a me game.
Yeah, Pepper Grinder is an action-packed 2D adventure blending traditional platforming with an alternative drilling mode that allows you to dive in and out of the earth like a dolphin swims through water.
Oh,
Already liking
so
it.
good.
Shipwrecked and robbed of her treasure, Pepper must spin up her trusty sidearm to reclaim what mischievous Gnarling stole. Armed with a grinder, Pepper burrows through terrains and water, control machines, and pulverizes all enemies, blocking the way towards recovering her missing fortune with interest. This
I want to play
looks
this.
really cool. It is very, it's
Fire.
16-bit, right?
Yes.
This is 16. Oh, there's a mech thing that just happened that looked really cool. Holy shit.
Yo, the logo at that looks crazy.
Yeah, this looks phenomenal. If you haven't seen this trailer, go watch it. I'm interested in this because the way that it looks, it's very like, I don't know how to explain it. Like you just keep
Devolver.
moving.
Of course we
Yeah.
like it.
Of course. This big blue giant in the background.
Yeah.
That's very Devolver as well.
Okay. Yes. I want that game. I want
That's coming in 2023. So keep an eye out for that.
Yeah. Next up, we have a game, Coffee Talk Episode 2, Hibiscus and Butterfly. Dust off your coffee machine and prepare your warmest smile to meet your customers again in the second episode of the much-loved coffee brewing and heart-to-heart talking simulator, Coffee Talk 2, Episode 2, Hibiscus and Butterfly. I didn't know there was a Coffee Talk 1. But, yeah, it looks like it does like a dating simulator, but it's just you make coffee as well for your customers.
Interesting. Just for context, there's 15 more after this one. We can maybe we'll stop talking about the little blurbs, or we'll just do it quick. We'll just do a quick run now.
All right.
We'll give our like 1-2 thoughts, and then while the video is playing. Next up is Oni, Road to be the mightiest Oni.
Mm-hmm.
That's very redundant sounding. All right, so Kuta, a demon, once challenged a man to a battle and was defeated. At last, he arrives at Kishijima Island, and his partner Kazumura, whom he met on the island, overcome their ordeal as one, gaining new strength along the way. This time, will the duo be able to achieve victory? Looks very Breath of the Wild-y, if I had to describe it, but with more like Pokemon type characters.
Yeah, definitely. It's a perfect way to describe it.
Yeah. Boss fights definitely looked very Breath of the Wild, but it's very, very Breath of the Wild-y.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, looks interesting. Next up,
Desta, The Memories Between. Is a character-driven roguelike featuring an immersive story, strategic turn-based tactics, and metaphorical ball game.
It looks like Dodgeball from the trailer.
Oh yeah, I see it now. It looks pretty interesting, very artistic.
I can't tell what the gameplay is. It looks like it's just a cinematic trailer.
Yeah, because I don't see. I'm like, where's the roguelike stuff? But
yeah,
guess we'll have to wait for more to be revealed.
Yeah. Next up, A Space for the Unbound. Space for the Unbound is a slice-of-life adventure game that tells a story about overcoming anxiety, depression, and the relationship between a boy and a girl with supernatural powers. Follow the two high school sweethearts, Atma and Rhea, on a journey of self-discovery at the end of their high school years. Yeah. Very cool-looking 2D side-scroller with a relationship. Very similar to Life is Strange type feels,
Yeah, it looks like you're playing a story.
Yeah. But it looks cool. I like the style of it. Very neat in the pixel art style. And yeah, I don't know if it's necessarily something for me, but definitely something I could see some people in the Discord liking.
Dordone. I'm assuming that's how this is pronounced. Dordogene. Play as Mimi exploring stunning landscapes and hand painted watercolors and remarkable and embarking on a vibrant journey to find out precious recollections of your childhood and the time shared with your late grandmother. As past
looks
present,
slick.
Confront your adult choices with fond childhood memories to uncover lost family secrets. Art
Just
is
from the
amazing
slight
looking.
gameplay, looks phenomenal. It's
It
like
looks like a
flat
book.
environments, but they're not. I
Yeah,
like this a lot.
artistically, this looks amazing. It's like
Oh
a
man.
storybook.
Shit, I'm gonna be on the lookout for that one then. Next up, Botany Manor. Botany Manor is an exploration puzzle game set in the 19th century, a time of great scientific discovery. Playing as a retired botanist, Arabella Green, explore a complete historical English manor and its grounds. There are many rooms and gardens to discover, as well as puzzles to form in the form of growing plants. Interesting.
This
Figure
is
out each fussy plant's ideal habitat, prepare the right conditions, and help them flourish. So, farming, but in this, it's
it looks.
more gardening.
Remember the old school PC game Myst?
No,
MYST.
no.
It was like a first person puzzle game, and that's what this reminds me of.
Huh. Looks interesting. That probably like a nice chill game to play.
Yeah, for sure. Next up, once upon a jester traveled the kingdom as a jester with his best friend Sock to improvise theater shows and perform on stages far and wide. Sing your hearts out, crack jokes, and impress audiences to become the stars of the famous royal theatrical spectacle. So I'm trying to figure out what kind of game this looks like.
I don't know. No offense to the studio behind this, but this looks a little bit too simplistic for me.
This is like a
Um,
Newgrounds game.
yeah, it looks like very early Flash animation where the detail is really not there,
Yeah,
and it's not on not in a bad way. It's like it's a choice, but I don't I'm not a fan. I'm sorry.
yeah.
Not personally, but that's just me. Rogue Legacy 2 is out today. I'll just do that as a quick one.
Yeah,
That's what they showed.
y'all heard me talk
Um,
about that a million times. It's
yeah.
on Switch now. That's pretty much the news.
Next up, a game that I'm extremely looking forward to, Blanc.
Oh
Blanc. The deer and little fox, I believe it is. I think it's a fox. Wolf cub, actually. Sorry.
Mhm.
Blanc is an artistic cooperative adventure that follows the journey of a wolf cub and a fawn stranded in a vast snowy wilderness. They must come together in an unlikely partnership to find their families. This is just more of
Yeah.
me knowing that I want this game. Very much reminiscent of Unfinished Swan. A little bit more so just because of the style than anything else. Obviously, it's black and white, and it's really cool looking. I like it a lot. I want it. Give it
So
to
it's
me
like a
now.
dope game. It's like a dope chill.
Yeah.
What would you call it? Like what kind of game? Puzzle adventure
Mhm.
game?
Yeah. It's
Looks fun.
co-op too, which is interesting.
Yeah.
So, or cooperative adventure. So in theory, maybe it's not co-op. I don't know.
We will see though.
Hell yeah, brother. Next up.
This game, I was wondering if you ever saw the trailer for this. They showed this a
I have
while
not.
ago on some showcase. WrestleQuest announced for Switch. Tag team with Destiny. Pro wrestling and RPG fantasy collide in an ultimate pixel-powered adventure. Macho Man Randy Savage, Andre the Giant, and tons of other icons guide your way to glory beyond the ring. The hero's journey ain't just an epic quest, it's a WrestleQuest. But
It
it
looks
looks
like they're all
dope.
toys.
It's a wrestling RPG.
Yeah. I actually dig the look of this very much. Oh my god, the fucking Andre the Giant thing that just happened at the end of it. It's very interesting because all the characters actually drawn like action figures, like they have joints and shit, which is
Yeah.
pretty neat. I like that. It's pretty neat. Pretty fucking neat.
And I'm not even super wrestle man, but this game looks
WrestleMan.
fun. WrestleMan.
Yeah.
I'm not super
I dig it.
but
Next
looks
up,
fun.
which goes completely left field from what we just talked about.
Title alone.
Wobble Dogs. Wobble Dogs is a 3D pet simulation where you raise your own personal hive of rapidly mutating dogs, physically
Rapidly
stimulated
mutating?
all the way down to their guts. Gross.
This looks disturbing.
This looks. This reminds me a lot of the game with the sock puppet, if I'm being honest. Just the 3D version of that.
The screen
it's
just
a
came up that just says watch them mutate as they grow.
I don't know. It's a casual and chill sandbox experience for players of all ages who want to care for their own virtual pets with a surprising, unique, and stress-free environment. Their dogs start out relatively normal, but mutate and behave in surprising ways as the game progresses and their evolutionary line advances. I don't know how I feel about that personally.
It looks like you're playing a fucking Tamagotchi or a Gigapet,
Yeah.
but more disturbing.
Eh, next.
Next, Storyteller release date trailer. Storyteller is a unique and creative spin on the puzzle genre.
I remember this.
You're given a variety of iconic characters, settings, and emotions to build tales of love, betrayal, and revenge. Oh wait, I do remember this. You'll create everything from supernatural fantasies and Shakespearean tragedies to myths of creation and much more. Where did we see this? What showcase was this on before?
Somewhere. It's by Annapurna, and I remember when we saw this, we were immediately like, this is cool. Pretty much it gives you a prompt at the top of the page, and then you're pretty much making comics, like a comic strip with these characters in order to fit the prompt.
Yes.
So like there's one right here where it's called The Butler Did It, and you have to take the butler and put him from the bottom into one of the comic panels to murder someone pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, very, very cool. I like this a lot. I want to play this. It's funny to me because it's very point and click, like drag and droppy. So on Switch, I don't think I'd want to play it. If it comes to like Steam, I'm definitely gonna play this because I think it's very cool.
Yeah.
But I like the look of this a lot.
Dope.
Next up on the list is World of Horror. The old gods are reawakening, clawing their way back to a world that's spiraling into a mysterious madness. In a small seaside town of Japan, the population's sanity is dwindling. Otherworldly, grotesque creatures terrorize those who call the place home. In the end of the world, the only solution is to confront the terror reigning over the apocalypse. This is very Junji Ito.
It's like a point and click detective game. Horror game.
Black and white 8-bit?
Yes.
Almost kind of Microsoft Painty, if I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, 8-bit reminiscent. It's like, you know, it looks like a DOS game from back in the day.
Yeah. Some of the imagery is a little bit triggering, so if you're going to go watch this, be warned.
Yeah.
But it's very reminiscent of Junji Ito. He's probably one of my favorite horror manga writers. His stuff is great, but this looks interesting and I like the look of it a lot. I don't know if I'll play it, but
yeah, it looks
bitch made maybe.
Bitch made mini right there. Next up, Curse of the Sea Rats. Curse of the Sea Rats is a ratio.
Nope.
Ratoidvania.
There you go.
You see why I thought it was ratio in the word.
I immediately, so the way that this is spelled is Ratoidvania. So you thought it was ratio, but it's actually ratoid, like Metroidvania, but rat. Oh no, the rats are hot.
Oh wait, they are. Hold on.
Yeah.
Curse of the Sea Rats is a Ratoidvania platformer adventure with lovingly crafted hand-drawn animations.
These are good.
Embark on an epic journey of 4 prisoners of the British Empire, transformed into rats by the notorious pirate witch Flora Byrne. To regain their human bodies, they will have to fight dangerous bosses, uncover the secrets of the vast Irish coast, and ultimately capture the witch who cursed them.
This looks good.
Deep. It does look very Metroidvania. But it looks good art style wise. It looks like a good time.
The art style is really interesting too because the characters are drawn almost very much in the style of like Treasure Planet characters. Like it's that Disney look, but very much Treasure Planet because of the pirates. But then the environments are a mix of 3D and then also 2D assets that are in a 3D space that make it look like it's 3D. And it looks very neat, and I like the look of it. It might be co-op from what it looks like, because it looks like you have more than one couple players on it. I'm not opposed to this. I kind of like it. I might even play this, because this looks pretty cool.
It looks cool. I'll give it that. Don't trip me up with that Ratoidvania shit again.
Next up, Inscription, a game that's already out, but is coming to the Switch soon enough. From the creator of Pony Island and the Hex comes the latest mind-melting, self-destructing love letter to video games, Inscription. Inscription is a inky black card-based odyssey that blends the deck-building roguelite escape room-style puzzles and psychological horror into a blood-laced smoothie. Darker still are the secret inscribed upon the cards.
Ooh.
I've heard nothing but good things about this game.
Same.
I have not had a chance to look at it yet. I don't think Switch is a good spot for it personally. If I was going to play this game, it would definitely be a Steam situation or maybe PlayStation second if I had to choose. But I feel like you have to use your mouse for this. You know, like this seems very clicky. You know,
yeah, I agree.
But December 1st is when it's coming to the Nintendo Switch eShop, so keep an eye out for that. Obviously from Devolver, so it's phenomenal.
Yeah, a little. The last one, a little to the left. Sort, stack, and organize household objects into just the right spot on a little to the left. A tiny puzzle game with a mischievous cat who likes to shake things up. Come enjoy a calming world with an observational puzzle game with surprises around every corner, with charming illustrations and surprising scenarios. A little to the left is satisfying and curious with 75 plus delightful puzzles to discover.
This looks like an ADHD kid's dream.
I'm about to say, this looks like I would just lay on a couch and play it mindlessly.
This, like, legitimately, if you are an ADHD child, look this up because this looks like it's going to be your new favorite game.
Yeah, it's available today too.
Yeah, so go pick that up. I might actually look into it, to be honest with you, once we're done here. But yeah, man, that was the indie showcase that we did not watch, but we just give it a rundown and phenomenal from what I've seen so far.
For sure.
Next up in the news that we posted over on Discord, though, Sonic Frontier was getting some ratings out. While it wasn't a perfect 10 from every single outlet like God of War was, we do have some 9s here from Attack of the Fanboy and Shack News. And then it goes a little bit lower and lower from Checkpoint Gaming, giving it an 8.5, Game Informer 7.75, IGN gave it a 7, and then the lowest of all the scores is Digital Trends, giving it a 1 out of 5, which is
people in the comments are like, the Digital Trends, what the fuck are y'all on? Y'all just must hate it. Y'all just must hate Sonic.
Yeah, they only played the ROM version apparently, probably. And we're like, this is shit. Like,
or they just wanted to stand out. I don't know.
But it's got an average rating of 73, so that's not terrible.
And I would give it that too. It's like a 7, 7.5, 8 in there. Yeah. Like no higher than 8, no lower than 7 for me.
All right.
Which honestly, by comparison to the most recent 3D Sonic games, this is like a step in the right direction.
Hell yeah. Next up, let me keep scrolling to see what's going on here.
I found it.
Which one is it?
The 11.7. Gears of War.
Yes.
Gears of War was released 16 years ago today, and to mark the occasion, Netflix has partnered with the Coalition to adapt the Gears of War video game saga into a live-action feature film, followed by an adult animated series with the potential for more stories to follow. That comes from Netflix's own Twitter account. And it was liked by the Xbox account, so this is an official thing. It sounds great. Sounds dope. I'm a big Gears fan, so I'm definitely interested in that animated series, adult animated series. That's gonna be fire.
I've never played a Gears, but I like the world. Like I've seen like clips and shit, you know, and they always seem good. The gameplay, I'm not a huge fan on. Like I don't like the get behind a cover and then peek over it type of shooting mechanic, but that's just me. But I would definitely watch the live action series. They got to cast like Batista.
He'd be perfect for the role.
Drax.
Yeah.
He would be good in this. Maybe Henry Cavill. I could see him in it. He's a big Warhammer guy, but I don't know if he would do something like this. What's her name from Fast and Furious would be good too. The chick in Fast and Furious.
Yeah. I don't remember her name right now.
I don't know her name. She's in the new D&D movie as well. She would be good in this.
I can see that.
Very, very cool. Next up in the news. So WrestleZone.com on Twitter pretty much said that AEW Fight Forever, the video game that's on the way, produced by Ukes, it's going to be day one on Game Pass. But this is actually funny because later that day, AEW Games' official Twitter page tweeted out saying it will not be on any sort of subscription-based gaming system, like at all. So Xbox Game Pass, it will not be on it from the official page. The funny part is that this is a rumor that it's going to be a thing, and people are thinking that they're saying that it's not going to be on the subscriptions because they don't want people to not pre-order it for PlayStation and other things because they can just get it on Game Pass, which is funny to me, but I don't know. I'm also confused about this game even more because in AEW right now, there's a lot of strife happening behind the scenes in which, if you actually look at the image here, the main person on the front of the cover of the game, CM Punk, is actually in a legal dispute with the company right now after a pay-per-view that happened in which where he won the main championship of the company, and then on a post-match interview type thing that they do where it's kind of like sports, like actual sports, like they'll come out after the game and talk. He pretty much just ragged on everyone, including another person who's on the cover on the bottom right, Kenny Omega, who's one of the EVPs, pretty much saying a lot of shitty stuff about them, including that they couldn't even manage a target if they wanted to. So that's a thing. There was a big backstage brawl. It's been pretty much, the pay-per-view title was All Out, and it's been dubbed as Brawl Out now because of this happening. There's been multiple rumors of what's happened. Apparently CM Punk bit Kenny Omega, literally. He also is being accused of throwing the first punch, CM Punk, the main one on the front of the cover. So I'm confused if they keep this because it seems like CM Punk is not going to be wrestling anymore for this company.
Doesn't sound like he would.
Yeah. They've already teased a couple times on television that Kenny and the Young Bucks are coming back from their suspension because they were suspended for the fight. But CM Punk has pretty much just not at all been teased to come back. And there's been a lot of rumors that they're trying to buy out his contract to just get him the fuck out, pretty much, because he's a toxic person. Yeah. So, confused why you would still have him on the front of your cover of your game if he's a piece of shit, but whatever. What are you going to do?
By the time the game comes out, the cover being different.
Yeah. All right. Next up.
There was some quick news about Sonic Frontiers DLC stuff. Sonic the Hedgehog's official Twitter page tweeted, "Hey everyone, quick notes ahead of the Frontiers launch. If you purchase the digital download release, please install the DLC before starting a new game. DLC content will not be valid if installed after the tutorial area. Ensure you have the most recent patch before installing DLC." So for any and all doing or installing or looking into that, that's good information to have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another story. Now I have some beef for this story as of last night. From IGN, if you die in the game, you die in real life. If you wear this new headset that the Oculus founder Palmer Luckey created in honor of Sword Art Online. So Palmer Luckey, the creator of Oculus, created this VR headset that literally has bombs strapped to the front of it so that if you're playing a game and you die in the game, you die in real life. This is based off of the popular anime Sword Art Online. If you're unfamiliar, go watch it. It's pretty much baby's first anime before you realize that there are better things in the world. And it's a little creepy because it's real. It's not just like an art piece. Yeah. It's an active, these are active explosives on this headset. And the dude apparently is really interested in this idea of merging both gaming and your actual life and tying your life to a character and having this ability to maybe kill you, pretty much. Now the beef comes in from the boys over at Haptic Intel. Now they streamed last night their podcast and they talked about this a little bit. But in that, they pulled up a picture of Palmer Luckey. Right. And myself in the chat, I'm like, Jesus Christ, this guy looks like the only anime he's ever watched is Sword Art Online, because he looks like that. And then both of the Haptic boys go, "It's funny you say that because I've always thought that he looks exactly like you." And I was personally offended.
You should be.
Have you seen a picture of this man?
I'm not. I'm about to look up right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna send you just the name so you can just copy and paste it right on over. Just copy that and paste it into a Google image search. Now, here's the thing. I don't fully disagree, but I feel like I look a lot better than this guy.
Okay, I see him. I can definitely see why they say
Yeah.
it.
I'll
Do
put
I
a picture
think
on
he
screen if I
looks
remember it.
like you for sure? No, I can see the differences, but I can definitely see the similarities though.
Yeah. So, needless to say, haptic intel coming for you.
It's fucking hilarious.
Just kidding.
Thank
But
you,
fucking A. When I heard, I was funny because I was like roasting the shit out of this guy with like the picture of them right behind their heads. And then immediately after I'm done roasting, they pull that up and they're like, "Yeah, we always thought he looked like you." And I'm like,
That's funny as shit.
"Cool, dude." And then I said, "Give me the helmet." Pretty much, that was my response to that. So
now, yeah, it's yours.
that's a thing. It's I will be after I found out that fact. I'm gonna hop in the game and jump off a cliff.
Why are you jumping off a cliff? It'll kill you. The helmet itself.
Yeah, that's the point.
Well, what? I'm stupid.
Because I look like that guy. I'm gonna go in game.
So just play your
and
own.
then Mario jump off of a cliff, so I no longer look like that guy.
Oh yeah, you won't like him. You won't like anyone at that point.
Yeah. Next up, better news.
Daniel Kaluuya has joined the cast of Spider-Verse sequel as Spider-Punk. That's dope. That's dope. More and more gets revealed about this. Spider-Verse. When's it come out again? Next year, right?
Next year at some point. I thought it was supposed to be December this year, but they pushed it back.
Right?
Yeah. Let me look it up. Oh, it's Across the Spider-Verse, right?
Yeah.
I wish I could type without seeing this man's face on my screen.
Who are you?
Yeah. June 2nd was what it was pushed back to. So there's that. And we already have confirmed that Haley Steinfeld is obviously Ghost Spider still. And Shamik Moore is still Miles Morales. Oscar Isaac is coming back as Spider-Man 2099 in the post-credits scene of the first one. She was that. Issa Rae was just confirmed as being Spider-Woman. And Jason Schwartzman as the Spot. There's a couple others that were announced too, I believe, this week, but I cannot remember off the top of my head who they were. But I'm looking forward to this movie. There's a lot of toys and stuff that are making their ways to the shelves right now for the Christmas season. There's a couple of them that are technically spoilers for the movie. One of which is like a character that hasn't even been announced yet to be in the movie. And then Spider-Punk showed up like a week before or so. So he's already been leaked from that. So once this came out, I was like, at least I can talk about the figure now. Yeah. The other one I'm not going to talk about until they at least announce the voice cast for it.
About it. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's all we got there. Next up, Sony from Video Games VGC. What is this?
Video Games Chronicle.
I said company. I'm stupid.
You didn't know.
Anyway, Sony has reportedly partnered with NC Soft. NC Soft. That's misleading. That's like Toyd.
It's ratioid.
To make a Horizon MMORPG. This game is said to be in development at the South Korean company behind Lineage and Guild Wars. So pretty neat in the world of Horizon getting a MMORPG. See how that's gonna look in a future. But
should be interesting. They're really spreading Verizon into different genres, and I'm not mad at it. I like Sony's willingness to try to make Horizon more than just Aloy third-person action game.
Yeah. I feel like Aloy's the most interesting thing about the world, though. Like, obviously, because she's the main character. But obviously, there's so many different like subcultures of like different tribes and shit that they can like bank off of. Like the show that's coming eventually. Like, I don't think it's even been confirmed that it's going to be Aloy's story in the show, so it might be interesting to see a different character's point of view of this world, of this post-apocalyptic world. But Yeah, I'm interested. I'm interested as hell.
Yeah, man. So you can see more as that develops.
Yeah. I believe
That is
besides anything else, that's all we had in the news. I did
it.
post something today. Um, the channel on YouTube known as Beat 'em Ups.
Mm-hmm.
Are you familiar?
Yes. I actually watched a video of theirs today.
Yes. I watch pretty much all of their videos.
Mm-hmm.
By they I mean the main dude and his wife's in it most of the time as well. But they just moved to Pennsylvania.
Welcome.
If you didn't know this, we are from Pennsylvania. They went on a toy hunt / video game hunt with Ethan Page, one of my favorite wrestlers in AEW right now, if I'm being frank and honest. And they went to a spot that we have gone to, and it's like 5 minutes away from you, practically.
Yeah, it's not far at all. It's literally down the street around the corner.
Yeah. I didn't know that they had a basement there that was known as the graveyard. That is insane looking. It's just any
old consoles and shit.
Yeah, torn apart, and then some that are put back together with other parts of another thing. But they posted a nice little video together that was pretty cool. And this is like, this is us right here, like, hey, beat 'em ups.
What's up? Let's do that collab.
You wanna go buy some games? Yeah,
we'll do it. We're available.
Let's go buy some games. We're right down the road.
Someone
want to come on the podcast?
Cut this part of the pod out and send it to them.
Yeah, want to come on the podcast? We're like right down the road.
We are.
So like you could just like go there, and then like get what you need to get, and then you could come down the road.
Play some games.
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah, play some games. Play some. I don't know what you want to play. Ant will beat you in Smash.
Yeah, and then after that, it's whatever. We can play whatever you want.
And then I'll beat everyone in Mario Kart.
I don't know about that.
I've
played you in Mario Kart. I've beaten you.
I've beaten you.
And I've beaten you as well.
You beat me through illegal means.
How? What was illegal about it?
You distracted me.
I don't want to hear that shit. It's Mario Kart.
You distracted me? Nope. Nope. But anyway, that's all we had for the news, though.
Yeah. We were watching some of their videos today because Adrian just got a Disney Dreamlight Valley on her Switch.
Oh, yeah.
And we were watching their video about the game. She loves it.
It's a fun, like almost like tedious game, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like just to keep you busy.
It's an Animal Crossing. She's into that shit.
Yeah. I played it for a little bit, and I kind of want to get back into it because you can like become friends with the Disney characters, and each character has like their own like battle pass, kinda. So like the more friendship you level up with them, the more items you get for yourself to like wear that are themed towards that character or their properties. So like Buzz Lightyear, you could go be friends with him, and he's like this little fucking toy that like runs around the map like doing his thing.
Yeah.
And then become best friends with him and get like, the Buzz Lightyear wings on your back. Which is pretty cool.
Fire. That's fire.
Yeah. Pretty fucking neat.
Yes. But question time. You said you had an email.
Yeah, we got an email from a longtime listener of the show. Let me get that back up. Sorry, I had to look at the Pokemon evolutions.
Oh,
so
I'm getting a text now like, dinner is ready. What are you doing?
Answering questions.
Answering questions for the NGP.
Yeah. So here's the question. Yo, my guys. So 100 plus episodes and 2 years later, tell us, have your minds changed since starting the podcast? For example, living daily life, has the show made you guys starry-eyed to the things that could happen as bits for the show? Are your minds more business-oriented, etc.? Congratulations, and thanks for the time, laughs, and content. Your A1 Day 1, Grammatics.
My man, Grammatics. What's up,
Yeah.
y'all? He just texted me saying like, yo, I'm racing home to play Ragnarok. Everybody's on the same page.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's one of those things where when we started, I don't think that the goal was like we're gonna be so fucking famous and shit. I just think it is either now still, but I don't know. It's now that it's an official business technically. I can't wait till we can't say technically anymore. That's gonna be great.
Take that word out of the vocabulary.
Yeah, like while it's technically a business now, and like now we actually have to like be like, okay, now we need to do things to like make this profitable,
Mm-hmm.
Like even though that's a thing, I still feel like it's more still like it's fun. Like it's
Mhm.
always been fun, and if it wasn't fun, I don't think we'd be
We
doing
would
it
not be doing
still.
it. No.
Because like with the amount of shit that Ant has going on in his life right now,
I could use
the
some extra
one,
time.
yeah, like it's one of those things where I'm like, the fact that we're still doing it shows how fun it is, and like it's not
And
just
dedicated.
because,
Yeah.
yeah, and it's just a good time. I don't know.
I
Yeah,
I think while it would be great if this popped off and this is what we were doing for a living, and um I enjoy, like, I just genuinely enjoy it.
yeah,
What I would want more out of the show, I would just want more leeway for us to be creative.
yeah.
Like, if we like, there's times where we get together, we might take a day off from work and just spend a day. We don't even really record the show. We might just rack up on content and stuff like that.
Or
And I
just
would,
ideas.
yeah, and I would like more opportunities to do that. Obviously, we both live lives and everything, but I would
Yeah,
like to. I just want to keep pushing the envelope. We pushing the envelope with the little skits we do. We just did
hmm
the 100th episode movie horror thing. I want to keep pushing the envelope and see how far we can take it.
yeah,
Like, even with the, like you just mentioned in the show with the the YouTube channel we were just talking about, beat 'em ups,
beat 'em ups.
coming to Pennsylvania, and they're a fairly big channel.
Yeah,
Um, like collabs, stuff like that. I just want to see how far we can stretch the
yeah.
brand, and
Like I would
creatively,
love
of
to make a
course.
video with them. That'd be such a fun time making a video with him. But like the way that I look at it, it's like obviously I don't know how much he has to gain
Mhm.
from, collabing with us. It's very much in the favor of like, and it seems very clout chasey, like for us
Mhm.
to be like, hey, let's make a video. But it's more so like, hey, we actually like your content and we would like to like merge it with ours more,
Yeah.
if that makes sense. I mean, we're still relatively smaller, even though we have like, our day one NGPs and our
Mhm.
small community we built. But it's one of those things where it's like, I don't want it to come across as like, hey, you're big.
Yeah.
Give us the fluff, Like that's not what
Nah,
it's
nah.
about. It's more, hey, you make fucking dope content for a living. You're literally one of the most influential people in Nintendo gaming currently, probably.
Mhm.
Well, I'm not a Nintendo person, and we could still bond. We could still bond.
Yeah, like, stuff like that. Like you said, not even to be cloud chasing, but I think that it would just be dope content
Yeah.
to make together. And that's kind of where I want to keep taking it. Just keep getting bigger, keep building the optics of the show as far as the content.
hmm
I just want every, I don't know, every 50 episode of 50 episodes or so, the show might look different or sound different,
Yeah.
or different things are implemented. I just want to keep evolving
100%. I agree. Yeah.
and build the community. I really want to build the community.
Yeah. I mean, even with like the thing that sucks is like stuff like social media, like TikTok and Reels and YouTube Shorts. Like, while we'll get like YouTube Shorts, like that'll be like randomly a couple hundred views and stuff, and maybe we'll get like 2 subscribers. Like, I really love when we get random ass people that just join the Discord. Like, I think
Mm-hmm.
the first person that started it was like Robbie. Like, it was just a random person that joined stream one day
Yeah.
and then liked the stream, I guess, and liked what we were doing. I don't even
Mm-hmm.
know if he listens to the podcast per se, but he's a part of the Discord. He joins in the conversations, and he's just some person. Like, I don't know
Yeah.
who Robbie is. I just know the username of Robbie Rocket Fingers. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
And like, there's a couple others in here that like are friends of friends and shit. And then as people join more and more, it's like you know, it's nice. It's a
It's
nice
very
feeling.
nice. Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, I think
I don't know.
I just want evolution and community.
Yeah,
Everything else, it comes with those two things anyway. So
true.
we're just
Pretty
having
much
fun.
when tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend,
Yeah.
because that's how it happens. Like, we can do as much posting. We could post like 8 TikToks a day
Mm-hmm.
and still not much will happen. But the way that we grow is through word of mouth. And if y'all love the show and you like the shit we make, then tell a friend to watch it. If the friend doesn't watch, if you tell 10 friends to watch it and 9 don't watch it, guess what? One person does.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one person added. And then that one person tells 10 people and one person from there, or maybe 2 people from there. You know, like it's a thing.
It's a cycle, but a good one.
Yeah.
An ever growing one.
Hell yeah.
Thanks for that question.
Yeah, thank you so much. We appreciate the fuck out of you. I don't know if there's any other questions that we had in the Discord. Plus, you have dinner ready.
I do.
So it seems like it's time. It's about that time for me to kick Ant off this call so that he can go back to the real world.
The real world. Go ahead and wide walk up these steps.
It's high noon.
Don't want to rub against the precious jewels.
I don't know if they're jewels anymore, man. I feel like they're just paperweights.
The reason this is so funny, like we keep joking about, even in the Discord about how there's no balls, like your balls don't get touched at all. It has nothing to do with your balls.
They're still there.
Yeah.
Well, I just got mine as a keychain now, you know?
Hanging off my keys, squishing together.
It's like a fidget toy.
I don't want to fidget with balls.
Fidget with balls. That's podcast title, baby. But as always, you guys could follow us on all of our social media. savebeforequitting over on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube. We post daily TikToks, daily Reels, daily YouTube Shorts. They're all the same. It's just the different spots. Email us just like Grammatics did over on savebeforequitting fully spelled out at gmail.com if you got a question, or if you'd like to sponsor the show if you're a sponsor. Also, savebeforequitting fully spelled out.com where you can pick up some merch. You got some merch of the regular logo. We got some bitch made stuff that just made its way onto the store. We got the Sonic logo as well. We got a couple things. We got a lot of stuff. We got a lot of things. So definitely go and check that out. Pick up some merch. For anything that gets purchased, pretty much all the money goes straight back into the show.
Yep.
And for the last bit of that, obviously, patreon.com/savebeforequitting, where you can get 2 extra podcasts a month. We're getting back to it, I swear. And then at the end of the month, we do a live podcast over on Twitch and YouTube where you guys can come on the show yourselves and ask your questions like Grammatics just did. Or if you just want to bring a topic to talk about, that's another thing.
Yeah.
I say this every time, and I feel like it never ends up being this way when we just get asked a question, which is fine. But if you just want to talk about a specific topic, we can just do that too.
Yeah. And you don't gotta be video games.
Exactly. You just be like, you know what? Tabletop games, let's talk about them. Go. And then we'll, talk about that. And we'll give thoughts and things.
Yeah, you can come on there and be like, hey, fucking green shirts.
Burger King.
What do you think about that? And we will tell you what we think about that.
Yeah. But yeah, that's about all we got for you guys this week. As always, we love you. And GPs.
Appreciate you always.
Level 102, baby.
In the can.
Hell yeah. Every single episode comes out on Fridays now. If you didn't know and you're new here, it's a Friday thing.
Audio and video.
Both but Friday. Before it becomes Friday, and while we go play God of War, make sure you guys always save before quitting.
Do it. Save before
quitting. Do that. That's a show title. We said the thing.
We did the thing. Said the thing. Gonna go do the thing.
You're gonna go eat dinner and then probably play God of War, aren't you?
Probably, yes. That's the thing. That's my thing.
I'm probably literally gonna do the same thing. I think that my dinner probably is ready by now, and I should go eat it and then go back to God of War immediately as soon as possible. Because just got to the good part.
Yes, I had to cut it off at the good part to go take care of my 4-month-old, which he then promptly fell asleep. And as soon as he fell asleep, Chris hit me like, hey, what are you trying to record? I'm like, right now. Now. This is the moment. This is a window.
It was funny because you're like, well, when are you free? And I'm like, I'm off, man. I could do it. I could have done it at 8 a.m. if you wanted to.
I'm like, but then I send him a picture like, well, here's me and a sleeping infant. Now is the time. Now is the time.
I'm going to escape this real quick and come down. All right. Well, I'll let you go eat your dinner, and I'm gonna go do mine. Yeah. Goddamn.
Will do.
GG's.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Post-credit scene over, bitch.
You heard that? Y'all bitches. You gonna take that? I'm gonna take that. You gonna let them call you a bitch like that?
I'm really happy that I stopped recording, because it's just gonna be you saying that with a black screen now.
Goodbye. Chris told me he stopped recording, so nobody heard his. Bye.
No, we heard it. It. All of it was heard. It's just complete darkness.
Oh, I don't know what I'm talking about. Bye. Bye for real.
Bye.